the advent of COVID-19 pandemic, more people have imbibed digital learning in navigating and improving access to education. In Nigeria and indeed Africa, the use of technology has advanced learning opportunities, thereby creating a community that is fast becoming informed, knowledgeable, and educated. However, there are concerns that some people are yet to understand how to properly navigate and access digital learning. Well, joining us now is SAMSON OLATUNDE. He is a digital entrepreneur and founder of DIGITALCEOTRIBE. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Definitely. I mean, the pandemic is changing the ways of life, the way we do things. Some of us still find it difficult to navigate even from simple Zoom meetings. We find ourselves muted unknowingly. So not everybody has latched on board. But let me begin by asking you, what is this tribe and what do you hope to achieve, Digital CEO Tribe?
Okay, so Digital CEO Tribe is just a community of digital survey professionals, and what we do is to educate more people about how they can navigate through what they're doing on the internet. We realize that there's a lot of knowledge gap. Many people want to get into the marketplace. Some of them are there, they don't know what they need to do. Why many are just startups trying to get into that market space. And because of the pandemic, so many things has made us understand that there's a need for us to begin to learn the rudiments or how to navigate and do more things on the internet. So Digital CEO Tribe is just a community of digital survey professionals across 54 African countries to get people together who are called professionals and to learn, for them to learn the rudiments of how to use a digital platform.
Okay, Samson, you spoke of a knowledge gap, but did you also discover during the pandemic that there was also an access to technology gap, especially with regards to education? And essentially, I'm trying to find out, what did the pandemic teach you and how are you planning to surmount that challenge, if at all?
So for the pandemic, a lot of people was caught unaware. They never imagined this was going to happen for the number of months that we have been experiencing it now. And I think one of the things you start is for you to play local, but beyond local, see how you can take your business global. So for instance, many meetings are done within the office. Many turnovers has been discovered in this process. Many has lost opportunities, lost businesses. Staffs have been fired from organization. Reduce in turnover has happened to many organizations because they never imagined that people can work from home, and then they reduce the running cost of the organization and do a lot of things. So one of the things this has taught a lot of startup, top CEOs, organizations, even to churches. Many of them never imagined that they could run effectively their services online because they thought that it's only making people to come to church. So this is just making us to understand that many of this is likely to happen. We are beginning to hear that there's going to be another lockdown. So what people need to do now is first to understand that they need to have some certain tools in place. Second is for them to have the know-how. How do I navigate through this medium? And then begin to educate their team. For churches, you begin to educate your congregation. For you that you're running an organization, begin to empower your team to understand how to learn some certain things. I mean, I've been in several meetings that people don't even know how to unmute. I've been in several meetings people don't even know the rudiments and the rules to online engagement or when you're doing meetings online. Some people don't even understand some certain tools, how to download it. So there's a lot of knowledge gap in Nigeria and African generally from what we have observed. And I think that it's time for us to even include this in our curriculum. Now, look at the school, for instance. I mean, it's a lot of mess. You have a lot of primary school, secondary school, even our institution can't get access to even use their LMS, their learning management system. Why? Is because even the person that is supposed to operate it don't understand it. Even the lecturers don't know how to go about it. Even the rudiment of how they are going to take the course and engage people. Even the so-called students who are even undergraduates don't understand some rudiment about how to do things on the internet. So this is just an eye-opener to many of us who are CEOs, many career professionals, to begin to engage and acquire more skills to become more core and professional to achieve more results in what they're doing.
Well, let's talk about education specifically. I mean, you've talked about skills. Well, what about the infrastructure? A UNESCO report shows that half of learners worldwide do not have a household computer. In sub-Saharan Africa, it gets worse. 89% don't have computers. So how do we fix all of that? There's an infrastructural gap. I know you talk about the skills, but what about the infrastructure? Do we have those?
So it's very funny. For instance, I have close to like 4 internet connections in my office and in my home alone, just because I want to be sure that when I'm connected, I don't get disappointed. And that means that that's where government needs to come in, that's where private institution has to come in. There's a lot of CSR from different organizations. What are they doing with the CSR? How are they using it to navigate and make things better for us? So we need to begin to look at the policy statement, begin to look at what is the CSR of organizations doing that relate to education, relate to infrastructures and all of that. Now, it's a big deal. It's a major challenge that you can't easily bank on a particular internet access in this country. Now, just take for instance, you can hardly see any university that has open access to internet connection in their facility. Even lecturers are struggling to have access to internet. So with all of these, it's critical to look at it from different views. Government, yes, they have to come in. They can't do that alone. Private sectors have to come in. I like what May 1 is doing. I mean, trying to do a lot of hard work. I know what MDN is doing. But in all of this, with all of the internet telecommunications that we have, there's a need for us to begin to see how things can navigate. Obviously, we're still going to face a lot of challenges in this aspect. But I feel that if people are held responsible to deliver results, so how will I get to buy data and I don't have access to it? How will I have access to that data and I don't know what it takes for me to even use it effectively? So I know in Nigeria we have that problem. It's critical, but we keep advancing to see how we can create solutions in this direction.
Okay, well, thank you very much, SAMSON OLATUNDE, for beginning that conversation, at least with us, the CEO of Digital CEO Drive.